So, got a big LG35. I'm on some land here. I've had a Gothic flooring, silver Gothic flooring, a Jubilee sixpence, an old domino, stuff like that. It's quite low. All the rest of the fields are like knee high. He's got the sheep on here grazing. So we're gonna go for a relic, like a relic program. I'm gonna get the recovery down to 3, and I'm gonna go in single frequency, knock the sensitivity right up. It's more stable, and we're going to use 4 kilohertz. I might go to 10. But I want to get as much depth for this machine as possible. So I've got the coil for it. I need the frequency for it. So 4 kilohertz is the one for deep relics, deep coins, deep high conductors. Let's get set up. Field, all metal, recovery free. I'm going to use pitch tone, volumes, pitch, tone break, all metal, 4 kilohertz. I'll ground balance and do a sound cancellation, but that's on 30. So stable. Audio gain 4, recovery free. You can hear this with all the wind, but I've increased my iron volume to 5. You will hear a patch. I've just walked down this patch. I mean, it hasn't got the grunt. It hasn't got the grunt of the Simplex. But it just really stands out, and you need that. You need to be able to hear the metal, because if you're using this is the way I think of it anyway. If you get a good signal, if you've got ferrous off, you can't hear the iron on that target. Just say a bottle cap that's got rust on the edge. If you have ferrous on, you'll hear that. You'll hear the iron, and you'll be able to tell it's junk. If you have ferrous off, then it's just going to come through. You're just going to get the clean part of the signal. The polyphonics can run the audio on many levels, so you'll get the iron and you will get the high tone as well. So it's great for not having to dig trash and stuff like that. Well, that's the way I hunt anyway. Just have it wide open. It's better for unmasking. You can read the ground, you can find hot spots. That's shallow, that. Coin. Nah, it's an aluminium stud. Right on the surface. What a beauty. See the size of that? It's a bit deeper than that, so that's 7 inches. It's just a tiny piece of aluminium, I think. Or is it an old buttered? I was wondering why it's that deep on pasture. It's not gold, is it? Nah, I don't think it is. But yeah, size of it. That's 7 inches. That's impressive. Screaming 45, 46. It's like we're on a coin. Just make it out here. Oh, we're on the silver. We're on the silver. Yes, we are. We're on the silver. It's a George VI GB, 2 shillings. And a halfpenny, sir. 1940. It can't be past 46 because that's silver, that the way that's polished up. 1942, 50% silver. Get in my pocket. That was what, 3 inches deep. Actually blew my ears off, it did. I do like the design on the back of that. Got like a rose there, the crowd. This is when Britannia ruled India, before 48 I think it might have been. So that's Defender of the Faith, DEF. 2 shillings. FID is Protector, something to do with Protector. Rex King, Georgius. 6 DG BR of Britain, BR's Britain, and I forgot the rest, but yeah, it's got a bit of a brown tinge to it, that. Right, get in. And FID is Defender of the Faith, by the grace of God. So what we're going to do with this now, we've got this, it's only come up about 4 inches, so I'm going to bury it 12 inches. I'm going to check out these settings, and I'll go through some settings on the Legend just to see if M3 will get it better, or a multi, because I'm running 4 kilohertz. So yeah, I'll get that all dug now. So it's 50% silver, and then it's an alloy like nickel and stuff like that. There's the pinpointer, about 9, 10, 11, 12. Put that flat the bottom there. See you later, Georgie boy. Reburying. I will be digging that back up though. Now you can see I hit the clay line there, and obviously I've brought the clay line up as well, so we will be ground balancing as clay is mineralised. So, and this ground is just full of mineralised ground because of the cattle and the stuff that gets spread on it, so I always ground balance. But we're here, 4 kilohertz, my settings. It's getting it. Recovery 2, recovery 1, sorry. Even more so, but I can't swing that slow. So recovery 3, yeah, check. Audio gain, I do like to know between the, I do like to know the depth in the audio. There's not much difference between 4 and 6. I did say this to Nokta. That's 1, that's a whisper. So 4, we could do with a bit more increments, more severe increments in the audio. Audio gain, this has been mentioned. So let's go through your multis. So let's do it 10 single. Still getting it. 15. Not getting it as well. 20. Not as well again. 40. Now and again, but it's a bit scratchy. 1. M1. M2. M3. 4. Yeah, I'm liking the 4. I am liking the single 4. I can whack it right open, less interference. So that's great, that's great, that's exactly what I wanted, because that's 12 inch down, but about 11 inch into the clay line. Now nothing will get past that clay line if it's been dropped or it's been in the ground. It'll go so far and then it'll stop at the clay line, because the clay line will not go. Now the clay line is mineralised, that's why I ground balance. Plus this field is just full of piss and stuff that puts minerals into the ground, plus he spreads everything on it as well, so it is quite mineralised. And the way I've got to set it up, if I'm hitting the clay line, if I'm hitting a target below the clay line, unless it's been buried. If it's been buried, then it could be below the clay line, so someone's buried it and gone past the clay, buried it, put it on top. So don't forget, some of that mineralisation has come up as well, because when I've dug it up, I haven't put the mineralised bit back in the clay, because the clay is very highly mineralised. So I'm very happy with that. I know now that if there's anything on this field above that clay line at about 12 inches, 11 inches, sorry, I'm going to hit it. So going off the size of the coin and the conductivity of the coin is quite good. It's quite good. So maybe small Roman, I might miss them. Hammers should hit hammers. So if they're on here, we're going to get them. That's the third silver off here now. Plus I have got the Etrac as well, which is a full band spectrum detector, which goes down to 1.5 kilohertz, which is going to be even deeper because of that reason. It goes from 1.5 to 100 kilohertz, but I've just the 15-inch coils landed. This is 13.5 inch, so yeah, nothing's going to be safe at depth with the setup I've got. So we've got the tools to get the deeper stuff going off that test. Don't forget, there was no halo effect around that. We disturbed that when we dug it. You don't get much, but on a 50% silver coin you will get a bit. So yeah, maybe even the Romans at 9-10 inches I'll hit, because they're bronze and they do create quite a big halo effect. So yeah, let's crack on. Just had this up at pinpoint depth. No idea what it was, maybe a button, it's quite light. I just scraped the back of it there just to see what was coming through. But yeah, loud and clear. So when you're searching with a bigger coil, it's going to be sluggish, and because you're in 4 kilohertz, it's going to be sluggish, so you need to do about a 3-second sweep. I've got on recovery 3, and this is my sweep speed. So rubbish on surface, as close to the ground as possible. Now the 4 kilohertz is 4,000 waves, peak waves a second. It travels further through the ground unless the ground's really highly mineralised, and then you need your high frequencies. So not only is the coil bigger for the TR and the TX and the RX, which is a transmit and receive coil, which are side by side overlapped through the centre. Because it's bigger, it's got further to travel, if you get me meaning. A smaller coil can be quicker, and it's a lot quicker on recovery as well. So if you've got a low frequency, a low recovery and a big coil, you have to go slow. People were saying about the Etrac, oh, you've got to go really slow with it. It's probably just set on a low recovery and it's got low frequencies down to 1.5, and it's the same with any detector. If you get the Manticore or the Legend and you drop the recovery to 1, 2 or 3, you can't go swinging like this like you do on 5. I'm still swinging slow with a fast machine, because you can alter the speed of the machine. Love that. 45, 46, let's see what it is. Plus that sine wave is travelling further. Well, it's travelling to the item. So if the item's 2 inches down, it hasn't got far to travel and it hasn't got as far to come back. But if you're hitting something at 13 inches, 14 inches, if you're swinging too fast, you're not going to get the RX, are you? You're not going to get the return. It'll hit it, but then your coil won't be there. It'll be past it for the time it comes back. And that's why you've got to swing slow on slow recovery speeds. And especially if you've got a bigger coil and your lower frequencies, not as nimble. Your 40s and your 20s are great on ploughed land, go as fast as you want. Go as fast as you'll never be able to, in the 40 with a high recovery on plough land at targets at 4 inches, you won't be able to swing fast enough to not RX it. You know what I mean? Receive to transmit. Transmit. This is very, you know what? This bullseye. I haven't got a lot of time out today because my battery's nearly dead, so it's going to be quite a short one, this, which I'm gutted about because I haven't been out for a bit. I've been back to the car since I found the silver and just sat there with the phone on charge. Forgot to bloody charge it, didn't I? But hey ho, it's in that there, the devil. It's out. Yeah, it's a bit crazy. A bit crazy, this pointer. Going off at everything. Come on, stop messing me about. Will you stop just going off at everything? Is that it? Let's see if it'll ground balance. You can ground balance by turning the pointer on. No, that's even worse. Right, see ya. See ya. Come on, you blighter. There we go. Scrapes. How deep are we? 7-8 inches. A penny. A penny deeper than that bloody silver. Would you believe it? Yeah, they've come a long way with pinpointers. This is picking up the mineralisation in the ground. Now, this is how you normally, if I turn that on while it's in the ground, that should ground balance now to the ground. And it has. You beauty. I didn't think it would because it's still picking up that metal, but it's not picking up the ground now. So yeah, turn your pinpointer off and then turn it on in the ground away from the metal, because if you had a coin there and you turned it on at that coin, it will ground balance to that coin and then you won't be able to pick metal up. But yeah, it's good if you've got mineralised ground like this obviously is. My battery's on its arse. I should just concentrate on detecting, but I do waffle some shit, but I hope it helps out. The waffle, King Waffle. So I'll go until my battery runs out and then, well, knock me over with a feather. Serious schoolboy error gone on there. No charge on my phone. I think it's something to do with the charging cable. Anyway, while I'm here, I was talking about the 13-inch. The one on the Legend is 13.5 by 12.5, so a bit of an electrical coil. This is the Minelab Etrac FBS with the 11-inch coil, and something's just arrived. Let's have a look. Detect Ultimate Double D. Now I've used one of these. I used a 13-inch on a Simplex, and it's so light but so sensitive and deeper and more stable. As you can see, better sensitivity, better pinpoint, which I need. And it's a beast. It's an absolute beast. I paid £149 for it, so 150 quid. But yeah, the Etrac, Safari and Explorer. So let's have a look at the size of that, and it's so light. That is so light. It's like there's no weight to it whatsoever. They've been over 25 years, I think, but all they do, Detect, is specialise in coils. So over all that time, they've been doing that many coils. They've perfected the coil. Yeah, I really do rate them, especially after they're using the Simplex one. Let's do a scale. So yeah, I've got a big head as well, you know. So I will be doing like what I've just done there. I'll be going out. I have got stuff in the test garden, which I'm going to do a comparison with the Legend with the big coil and the Minelab with the big coil. Now I know one coil's bigger than the other, and the Detects are better than the Nokta coils because they specialise in coils. I found that out with the SP35 compared to the Detect Ultimate, which were both 13-inch. I think it was 13.5-inch for by 12.5, so it was a bigger coil actually for the Simplex. So But this is, I'm after a deep searching machine. That's why I got this, because with the Legend, you can only get the 13.5 inch. On the Etrac, they actually go up to 18 inch by 15, 18 by 15 coil, which is a monster, because I think the CTX does, and the Minelab do a 15, but I think the CTX does a 17.5. So it's coverage and it's depth, and my permissions are quiet. The Legend will be there for general searching and for ploughed and arable, because it's fast. It's really fast. So yeah, I'll be doing a comparison on my harder coins in the back garden, which are 19-20 inch with the 2 big coils, Legend and Etrac, and then I'll do one out in the open as well. Tune in for that. Like, notify if you want. Yeah, jump on board.